So, it is no misconception, the Tate brothers are so concise and they really deliver the message they're trying to portray.
We treat this particular type of plastic surgery very different from other types of plastic surgery. I'm going to give you an example of taking transgender language and applying it to other forms of plastic surgery. I know millions of girls with fake breasts, implants. And if we were to take their particular situation and frame it in the transgender ethos, it would go a little something like this. This girl with big fake tits doesn't have fake tits. They're not fake. She was born in the wrong body. She is a girl who has big tits, but she was born in a body of a woman with small tits. So the surgery she had isn't artificial. She was just affirming her true identity. She was affirming her true identity, and you are not allowed to say her tits are fake. Not only are you not allowed to say her tits are fake, but she is going to go into schools and talk to young girls who are below the age of sexual consent about being born in the wrong body and how they may need tit-affirming surgery when they're older. Now, of course, if you understand anything, if you frame it in that way, it sounds very stupid. I, for one, have had a hair transplant. Hair was taken from the back of my head and put on top of my head. That is a plastic surgery procedure. It is an artificial procedure. But if I were to frame it in that way, I would say this. No. This isn't artificial at all. I was born in the body of a man whose hair falls out in his 30s. But really, I'm a man whose hair doesn't fall out. That's who I feel inside. So as I was saying, I have had a hair transplant, but I was born in the wrong body. I was born in the body of a man whose hair started falling out in his early 30s, but I'm not that guy. I am a man whose hair never falls out. So this is not a transplant. This is affirming care that affirmed who I really am. And and you're not allowed to say I've had a hair transplant. No. That's bigotry. That's Nazism. And also, I get to go into schools and talk to your children about my hair falling out and how one day they may need a hair transplant because they were born in the wrong body. So that's my opinion on transgenderism, I guess summed up in a unique and intelligent way that perhaps you haven't heard before.
Whether it is Tristan Tate or Andrew Tate, they big up themselves. What do I mean? They always say things like, maybe you haven't heard this point that I've just mentioned articulated so intelligently. Now, I know to your average person, they might perceive that as, oh, this person thinks highly of themselves. But you would only think that if you've seen short clips of them and you haven't seen the full picture. Believe it or not, these two brothers are very self-aware. I find their speech to just be confident and you affirm yourself. The truth is, no matter who it is, whether it's your friends, your family, they can say motivational things to you and help push you. But they can only do that for a certain amount of times. They still have their own life going on, and ultimately it relies on the individual to push and motivate themselves to be a better version of who they are. And I feel like that comes with affirmation, with how you speak to yourself, with how you represent yourself. So yeah, I don't find that to be arrogant today. I actually think we should be a bit more confident, but there is a fine line between confidence and arrogance and delusion.
I don't understand why no other type of healthcare or plastic surgery or medical care is affirming, and why it's only this type of plastic surgery that gets its special treatment.
This surgery gets a special treatment because the profit is so high.
There was a study that was done in the UK. Within a 6-year period of time, there was a 4,000% increase. There was another study that came out in Texas just a couple of months ago that mirrored the same 4,000%. So we have a 4,000% increase within children that are medically transitioned. If you take that 4,000% increase and you take what is made over a lifetime with synthetic hormones with these children, it's $1.3 million if you start a child at 14 and that child lives to 80 years old. That's $1.3 million.
It's very easy to make money off people, especially in the West. We are a culture of consumerism, the culture of the self, individualism. When you have someone who is really, really on a spectrum, you can pretty much do whatever you want with them. You're not feeling well, this is the reason, this is the cause of your outburst.
I feel like you're allowed to get whatever surgery you like. If you are allowed to get fake hair, fake tits, liposuction, you could get shin implants to be taller. Don't talk to my kids about your surgery.
Yeah, Tristan Tate is 100% accurate here, and I love the way he's delivered this segment. Deep down, no one really, especially in the West, no one really cares if, you know, a biological man wants to imitate a woman. Nobody cares about that. It is your life. You can do whatever you want with it. One, I don't care. Secondly, it's their life and not mine. And thirdly, I understand in a secular state, I respect cohesion. So if a Muslim woman wants to wear her hijab in public domain, if another person who's a punk and they want to wear their mohawk and tattoo, we're all allowed to exist in public domain as we please. But the main concern that many of us level-headed people have is the indoctrination that's currently taking place in British schools. And the more information I gather about this topic, the more concern is raised. When it comes to Britain, it is absolutely shocking what is currently happening in schools. And this is not just primary schools, this is literally from all different ages. So if you are a mother in the UK, you will have a lot of problems requesting the syllabus, the RSE, Relationship Sex Education, which has been made mandatory in the UK. You will find it very difficult to actually attain the syllabus from the school. If you wanted to go into your child's school and, you know, see the library, see what books children are exposed to, if you have genuine and serious and straightforward questions like, will you be introducing the concept of separating sex and gender and teaching to children that these are separate concepts? If you were to ask a question like this to your head teacher, the way they respond to you, it's as if like, why are you causing me more paperwork? Why do I have to deal with you? There is a huge perspective clash here. What do I mean by this? You have a Muslim parent and you have a liberalized teacher. This parent has concerns about RSE. They don't want their children to be taught certain ideas. If you convey your concerns to this liberalized teacher, she might not even understand you. She might think you are just annoying, you are backwards, you're small-minded. You know, all those buzzwords, they all end with phobia. She might perceive you to be like that. A lot of people don't understand this, but a lot of these teachers have actually been through training. Local authority, meaning the governments, train them. They go through what you call indoctrination themselves. I remember back in the olden days when teachers tried really, really hard to keep politics and their personal life out of the classroom. You could literally lose your job as a teacher if you said something inappropriate to the child. Remember how innocent, how prosperous societies were back then, and how generally pragmatic people were. Schools in Britain are becoming messy. There's a lot of teachers who are becoming heavily radicalized by this gender ideology, and they are projecting their flimsy, subjective opinions onto children as objective truth. It is absolutely scary. So yeah, Tristan Tate is absolutely right. Nobody cares if you want to get a hair transplant, boobs, Botox, just do you. But also, if you're a public figure, people are allowed to comment on your situation. As a person who posts videos publicly, there's going to be people who dislike me, people who are insane in the comment section, like, you do you, honey. I'm gonna let you speak. I'm gonna let you express yourself. You have every right to express your opinions about me, even if I don't like them. I would never delete comments or anything like that. I mean, I know YouTube will like automatically delete comments that are kind of threatening and just, yeah, give you kind of like psycho vibe. Do you need some chamomile tea?
XOXO.
That is it for today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time.
Don't tell me that that's natural and that that's who you really are. It is artificial. It is surgery. Let's get over it. So let's apply the same logic to transgenderism. And if you are a transgender person watching this, I don't mean to offend you in any way. I hope that you get the plastic surgery you want. I hope you really want that surgery. I hope it really makes you happy. And I hope you have a great life. That's my attitude towards transgender people.